Hello, in talk 6 I want to talk about black holes and dark matter and energy. But first, black holes. When we started this series of talks, we talked about the creation of a dualistic universe, the universe in which we live, and a sister universe created from nothing. It was also suggested that for the universes to grow, the reaction needed to be exothermic, and to maintain the integrity of the pleroma as a total nothingness, we needed to get the excess energy from our part of the universe to our sister universe. And it is my contention that we do this by means of black holes, or nature does this by means of black holes. To explain how this works, it's necessary for me to introduce something called the Lorentz transform. And although it involves a little bit of mathematics, please bear with me, because at the end result, it's the end result that we're interested in. Because what happens is, matter enters the black hole under gravity, gravitational effects, disappears in, and the further down the black hole it goes, the faster it gets. The Lorentz transform gives us the equation that shows that the mass of our object, velocity v, is equal to the mass at rest of the object, with the denominator the square root of 1 minus v squared over c squared. You will see from this that if v equals c, the denominator becomes 0, and the mv, the mass of velocity, becomes infinite. We know that nature doesn't like 0. It always has a balance, plus or minus, rather than absolute 0, because it gives us the problems that we would have here. So what happens, for the purposes of this talk, we will skirt over what happens between the transfer from the plus, the velocity below 0, below the speed of light, and above the speed of light. And we say that when the velocity is above the speed of light, the equation changes slightly. We can see that we have to introduce a term 1 over the square root of minus 1 in the denominator, and now this part of the equation changes to b squared over c squared minus 1 rather than the other way around. Okay? It's not necessary that you fully understand what we're doing there, but we introduce this term 1 over the square root of minus 1 in the denominator, which is, as the mathematical notation, 1 over I. And this, we can show, is actually equal to minus I. 1 over I equals minus I, they're the same. So rewriting the equation now, the second equation, we get that mv equals minus I times the mass rest over the denominator. It's not important to know what the denominator is. What is important is that we realise that the matter that we started off with, MO, has now been converted to unreal and imaginary matter. Exactly what you'd expect to find in our sister universe. Okay? And I think this is quite important. We now turn to black matter. Scientists have known for years, 50 years, or speculated that black matter, black energy exists in our universe, but they've never been able to spot it. Now, I wonder why that is. Could it be that because all this black matter and black energy has negative dimensions? Why not? If we imagine, for instance, just a simple shape, a cube, of sides I, and minus 1, you can see by a simple calculation that the volume is plus 1. It's real. So perhaps these sort of substances are actually present out in the universe. Take another example. This particular shape has sides minus 1, plus 1. Again, the volume of this is plus 1. It's a real volume. Could it exist? Furthermore, this has one real dimension. Is this visible? Is this sensible? Can we actually sense this? Or not everybody, but perhaps some people that actually have the ability to see this single dimension. Spiritualists, for instance, or people with special sensibilities. I merely introduce that because I think that science has missed an awful lot because of its demands for empiricism. In fact, they seem to have thrown the baby out with the bathwater an awful lot here. And it's time we started engaging in thinking of an alternative science. This is something that you can find or read more about in my book, Spiritual Man, which is available on Amazon.